it is exit only. Exactly. And you could you could regard it like it's the Mona Lisa in the Louvre. You know, just it's normal.
But it's not. But some people are into it.
Absolutely, and good on them.
Yes.
What's good, Elevators? It's your boy Elevation here with another episode of the JBP Elevated, where we speak on the Joe Budden podcast and all of his co-hosts on and off the pod. Dang, y'all was kicking my back in the comment section, talking about Nick Cannon is a mogul. Guys, I understand that. I was solely making a play for Joe so he could get the notoriety under his network. And speaking of mogul, do we know how much Nick Cannon actually has? What actually happened with that Viacom wilding out situation? We have to settle that before I go around just making it seem like Nick Cannon is $100 millionaire. I don't believe that. But I hear what y'all are saying. I'm not saying Joe Budden has more money than Nick Cannon, but we have to look at it from this aspect. Joe has more pull in this space than Nick Cannon. I don't care what Nick Cannon created. Jeff Teague is another nigga that made $100 million in his career. Nobody had any issue with Joe trying to pull him under his podcast, and nobody has any issue with him signing underneath Colin Cowherd. But now that I realize the volume is in a joint venture with iHeartMedia, it makes more sense how Colin is able to sign all these people. He's getting backed. He has financial backing. But I'm not trying to say Joe needs to put money up and pay Nick Cannon a certain amount. I'm just saying we could split the percentages of you signing over here underneath my network, because I have one thing in this industry that you don't have. You have connections with Viacom, I would assume, because then Nick Cannon sued them because they were trying to steal his show from him. So you might have connections with Viacom, but they don't have any connections in this podcast industry, even if they own iHeartMedia, which is not the case. I'm just throwing it out there. But I legitimately have connections with Patreon. I have equity stake in Patreon. Do you have an equity stake in Viacom? That's what I mean. So come join the network. Come over here underneath my network. And I said in the last video, I can make a wink-wink deal with you under the table, handshake agreement, because you can get equity stake in Patreon too. But we need you over here before you explode on your own over there. And I'm looking at the views on Nick Cannon's page. He got a YouTube channel with 1 million subscribers, and he posts daily on that bad boy, and I don't even want to bring up the views. And he has his podcast. And if you go check on his Nick Cannon at Night channel, Melissa Ford was his last interview, and she did numbers. It's only been up for a day, and it's already at 15K. So I'm going based off of the analytics in this game, in this part of the media. I don't think Nick Cannon has a stranglehold over this sector. What does Nick Cannon do that we speak about currently? I understand that man got a bankroll, but I'm willing to say this. If Joe actually makes $20 million a year, I think Joe makes more than Nick Cannon right now. We be getting it twisted because we see everybody on television. We think these niggas is just bankrolling. There's a reason why Nick Cannon was saying that Mariah travels on the jet and he was happy to get first class. There's a difference, and there's still a difference. If Nick Cannon had as much money as they're making it out, and I'm talking about y'all directly because y'all are coming at me. If Nick Cannon was bankrolling like this, how come this shit isn't in Forbes? I understand niggas be hiding their money. That's when they're trying to make bigger business plays. But Nick Cannon is in joint ventures with people. I don't recall Nick Cannon having any equity stakes. And it seems like I'm hating on Nick Cannon, and I'm not. There's just a difference. And sometimes niggas that have more money sign to niggas that have less money because they know what they're doing in that particular industry. And that's all I was talking about. But I enjoy the conversation. Y'all let me know in the comment section what y'all think. And clearly this is speculation and conjecture. I'm just throwing this out in thin air because I wanted to put something in the ethos, and it worked. But y'all let me know in the comments. So does Joe just have zero chance of signing Nick Cannon? And Joe's not even trying to sign Nick Cannon, but y'all are telling me that Joe has zero chance of signing Nick Cannon. Y'all think Nick Cannon makes $20 million a year over Joe Budden? Come on, man. I'm crazy. I am absolutely crazy, but I'm not that crazy. I'm not that crazy. If these people were rich like that, they wouldn't just be signing to these companies that they sign to. These niggas, I always know how hungry somebody is for the fame and the check, how quick they sign the new contract, how quickly they speak about the possibility of signing the new contract. These niggas will jump at the bit for that shit. So, yes, Nick Cannon might have bread like that, but I haven't heard equity stake get thrown around with Nick Cannon's name, not nowhere. So it's a difference here. But anyway, Nick Cannon, I don't want no smoke with you, bro. I don't have no money to be talking crazy like this. I just talk crazy like this because if you were to press me in person, I would defend myself. But when it comes to the financial, I am on a completely different tier than y'all. This is just all fun and games to me, man. But anyway, what are we going to see another co-host appear tomorrow or not? And I'm not pining for one. I don't want someone to come and replace anyone. I don't want someone to come up there just because hey, come up there. You said somebody was coming. I'm simply asking, are we going to see them tomorrow or not? Because if they don't show up tomorrow, gotta answer some questions. But not really, I guess, because it's a week. We have to go based off of the week. Tomorrow it will be a new episode, but I'll give it a week. Tomorrow, of course, I'll speculate if nobody's there. But if nobody's there come Monday, oh no, I apologize. Come Wednesday, something happened behind the scenes. But I discovered something today when I was scrolling on Joe's Patreon, and you already know I'm taking this. I'll be discussing it on Patreon. This one's going to be behind the page here, though, so it's a lot of information on this one. So y'all go check it out, patreon.com/elevation. Like the video if you like the video. Subscribe to the page if you haven't. If you have, you already know how we rocking over here. You already know what it is. And I made this video just to push out buttons, man. I want to get a conversation started in the comment section. Y'all let me know. I'll see y'all later. Peace.